Yes, people. What's happening? Welcome back to the Manc Talk. Listen, people, we apologize, but listen, this is part of life, man. People get busy, things happen, people. So we can only apologize. But Big Steve, MCFC, what you telling me, kid?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Listen, all good on the blue side still. One game away, man. One game away. 3 points takes the title back in the
Mm,
cabinet, man.
one game away, man. The penultimate game of the season. How fast has this season gone for you, man? It's been quick, innit?
It has quick, but this last few months have been draining the fucking life out of me, mate. I'll be honest, because every game's
Yeah.
like there's no game where you can relax and just go and just relax. It's just every game's like important in it, so it's just
Mm.
draining, mate. I know
Yeah,
you don't
man.
know. I know you don't know what that feels like anymore. You know what I mean? Just
Nah, it's been a while. It's been a while. I'm not gonna lie to you. Flipping, no, man. This probably been the worst season I can remember, mate. I wanted the season to end in February, man. That is depressing, that innit? I wanted
yeah,
the season to end in February. I don't know. You know what? When we lost the FA Cup to Middlesbrough, that was probably a low point as well, losing to them lot because penalties. I thought we needed some sort of cup. So I felt like for me, January for me, around that time when I thought the season was pretty much done. But you've been on a roller coaster. What you been up to, man? Like I said to you, we've been away for a while. How's life been, man?
busy, mate. In it, Madrid twice, Wolves, Burnley, Palace, Southampton, FA Cup final, FA Cup semi final.
Mm.
Yeah, fucking hell, man. I've been all over the gaff, West Ham. So
Mm.
it's been a long slog, but when you're in the mix like that, you've just got to keep going in it. You know what I mean?
Mm. Nah, 100%, man. That's what it's all about, man. The journey as a fan when you're going home and away.
51, 51 games, man, this season out of 57 I've been.
51 out of 57, man. That is, no one can call you a
Yeah,
fake fan,
they
or they
still
can call
try.
you.
They still try. I still get people asking me, did I used to support like United back in 2008 and shit? You know.
Or Stockport or something like that.
Yeah, I had the statue. I had the statue police this morning when I woke up at 7 o'clock. Some
What were they
guy,
saying?
Liverpool fan. Apparently the statue shit. Your fans are shit. Your team's shit. But mate, why are Liverpool fans waking up at 7 a.m. coming onto my page to tell me the statue shit, the fans are shit, and the team shit? I think someone's a bit rattled in it because
Yeah.
the big quad and the big treble might get blown out the water on Sunday, innit?
Well, hold your horses, Steve. It could still happen, man. But I think it's in your hands, this Premier League, man. It's in your hands. How's it been for you, just this whole Premier League race? Is this kind of like more nervy than the other one when you lost? Obviously, the other one was like same point as well, innit? It was goal difference that kind of won you the league, or was it 1 point?
Yeah, the last one we won at Brighton, we had to win.
Yeah.
No, listen, I'm confident. You know what I mean? I think you look at the last few games, everyone was like 5 games to go, man. 5 games to go, and it's like 4 games to go. Oh, Wolves away, they're really hard. Bang, 5 past them. Oh, Brighton, they just beat Arsenal, Tottenham, bang, beat them. And then it's
Mm.
like Newcastle, that'll be a banana skin, bang. I mean, it was only the West Ham game where people were saying, oh, West Ham could be tough. I mean, and we were 2-0 down at half time, and it was just like, we need a point. Forget anything else. We need a point because
Mm.
then it's in our hands. You know what I mean? Because the last thing I wanted to be going in level, them having to beat Wolves by about 7-0 and ended up beating them 7-0 because you're seeing Bristol do it with Barton the other week.
Yeah.
Got to win 7-0. So anyway, we got the point in the end, and it's in our hands. We just got to do our job. We have been patched up the last 6 or 7 games. We've been patching that defence up with Fernandinho. But our attacking midfield's so good that if you score 2, we'll score 5. And that's what's getting us
Yeah.
over the line, man. That's what's getting us over the line.
It's just been that defense in it, man. You know what I mean? When you look at it, Diaz being out, obviously Laporte, Fernandinho. That West Ham game, man, I genuinely thought that he bottled it. I thought to myself, have Pep and Man City like done this? You know what I mean? Because West Ham came out of the blocks, Bowen scored, your defense was all over the place. Did you at least 1 minute thought that you kind of like shit, we're fumbling it, or do you still believe in? We still believing in the boys?
The thing is, we what I've said to all the City fans is, look, We won the league with the last kick of the game, right?
Yeah.
The last kick of the season. So you, as a City fan, you cannot not believe, because we've proved that you can do it. So even if you're 2-3 down, you know you can come back. And the way we played at West Ham, we hammering them, but they broke twice, got on us twice, scored twice. Listen, we know that we went down 2-1 down to QPR and came back.
I don't remember that one.
So Villa could score first.
Villa are a better team than QPR, yeah, it's true.
But we're a different gremlin now. You know what I mean? We can just go out there and we can either go out there and we could wipe the floor with them. And I think we're just going to be on it. I think we've this season's been a little bit disappointing in certain aspects. The Champions League was a big blow. The way it happened, if you get beat over 2 legs, you can handle that. You get beat, you're a better team, you move on. But we didn't get beat off a better team. Over 2 legs, they wasn't better than us. We literally bottled it. So that was hard to take. FA Cup, coming back from Madrid, the Atletico game, straight to an FA Cup and playing a weakened side. That was hard to take as well. But look, if we finish this season champions of England again, 4th time out of 5 for Pep, it's unbelievable for us. You know what I mean? You know, all these dickheads that come on these shows in the comments going, yeah, but you never won a Champions League and all that. You know, Saeed, that to Manchester City to win any trophy, regardless of the money, for us as fans to win any trophy, we're blessed, man. We're privileged. So to get another Premier League in the bank, you know what I mean? That'll be more Prems than Chelsea, more Prems than Arsenal. It's what it is.
Raises the questions, innit? We did talk about this a while back, innit, in terms of how, you know, Arsenal are now being perceived as a big club anymore when City have just come out and outdone them, innit? You know what I mean? It's crazy, man. Big up to my guy Nathan Minas, man. I appreciate that. He goes, Steve, what do you make of the Cucurella link? Personally, I think it would be a great addition for you lot. Hope you lot win the league Sunday over the Scousers. Come on,
to
my
be honest,
guy Minas.
I like Cucurella. He's always dangerous. We played Brighton at home, and I said to my dad, I like the left back. I think he's a good player. Now we're getting linked with him. It makes sense for me. He's Spanish. He's a Catalonian, so he's obviously him and Pep get on. I reckon we could get him for the right money. Talking 35 mil, which in fullback terms is cheap.
Cheap, mate. 24 as well.
And they're going on about Calvin Phillips. Now, I heard the Calvin Phillips line a few months back. To be honest, as backup to Rodri, I think he's a great signing. I don't think he's going to get Rodri out of there. But if he turns up and says, right, I'm going to take his place and improves, I mean...
But you need a backup, though. Fernandinho's just is leaving the football club. You're going to need some backup in there. For me, personally, he never comes to Man United because he's a Leeds boy through and through. Yeah. But, like, you know, that guy I wanted that thing behind you, didn't I, Steve? That little banner behind you, the Man City logo. And the guy didn't give it me because he was a Leeds fan. So I just don't think he's going to do it. I don't think he's going to go and cross over that line. Rio Ferdinand did it, but apparently he was saying that he had police around his house and that, and he was saying that it wasn't as easy as it. As
we're talking about. Listen, if they're talking about he's got some clause in his contract that if he goes down, they can get him for like 35 mil.
Yeah.
So if Phillips, so what would you rather get? Calvin Phillips for 35 or Declan Rice for 1.5, 150?
Yeah, that's the thing, man. That's the thing. The only problem with Phillips, though, he's got a big injury record. You know what I mean? Every time I speak to KG, he's always telling me, oh, yeah, he's injured. He's got niggles here and there. That's the only problem. But he's actually a decent midfielder. And in a system like Pep Guardiola, it would make sense. Declan Rice, I think David Moyes is having a bit of a laugh at West Ham. If they think someone's paying 150 million for Declan Rice, mate, then he could go rotting at West Ham, innit? He could go chill West Ham for so many years.
We've got fullbacks coming through. We've got a Brazilian kid called Yan Couto who's been on loan at Braga. He's Brazilian, under 21. He's like a wing back. I've been told that he's coming in the first team squad to be back up to Kyle. Cancelo will be left back. And then they'll have Zinchenko and maybe someone else cover, because we need cover. And then, like you say, if you can get Phillips in because of Fernandinho, we've got the Belgian kid Romeo Lavia floating about. I think it's just a case of, if we can sign Cucurella, Phillips, and obviously Haaland's in the bank, and sell a couple and promote some youth, Cole Palmer, McAtee, Lavia, things like that, I think we'll be all right.
Yeah, it's for me. Obviously, the Haaland one was a big one, but in
Oh,
terms
mate.
of
I've
yeah,
not
Haaland. By the way,
spoke on here since, have I?
listen, that's why I try to not to. I try to
Who
not
called
avoid
it
it, but
though? Who called it? Who
yeah,
called
you
it
did,
3
you did.
months ago? And they all
Yeah,
said
when you
Steve doesn't
showed
know
me
what he's
that
talking
text,
about.
I was flabbergasted when you showed me
I
that text. It's
told
like
you,
you
mate.
missed.
I fucking told you. And like you say,
That is
mate, I was at the.
crazy.
This is how mad City are. Yeah, we've signed Erling Haaland. The club is fucking booming. Yeah. Today they've launched the kit. Yeah, I've gone
Yeah.
down to the shop. There's hundreds of people there buying the shirts. Yeah. And City don't know what Erling Haaland's number is yet and will not do any Haaland prints on the shirts. They're losing thousands of pounds, mate, every single
Why don't you
minute.
just? Why don't they've already announced it? Why don't you just do it?
I think Gabriel Jesus is leaving. So I think they're going to, end of the season, next week, Gabriel Jesus will get it. It'll come out that he's moving and it might be all agreed. He'll slide off. The number 9 will come available. Then it'll be Haaland
Oh,
time. That's what I think.
yeah, Haaland number 9. You know what? I never understood that when clubs do that. They just try to tease people and say you can't buy this Haaland or whatever, or just even to print Haaland. People might not want the number, just to even print Haaland.
They
They don't want to do
won't
that.
even print Haaland because I said, can I print Haaland on the shirt and then come back and get the number put on? And they was like, we're not allowed to print Haaland. So they're
What
literally
if your name
losing
was
jobs.
Haaland? What if your
Say
name
again.
was Haaland? What if your name was
I know,
Haaland?
I know.
Discrimination, that, you know what I mean?
Mate, it's just a typical City fucking thing, isn't it? But
Yeah. You know what? To be fair, your kit's out today, innit? I seen the City Extra boys doing a little reveal on that, but
mate,
your extra kit's out, innit?
it was a tribute to Colin Bell. Obviously, Colin Bell was
Yeah,
one of City's biggest legends, and he died in lockdown. So they've done
yeah.
the King Colin in the back of it. And then if you go on YouTube, Man City YouTube, they did a special unveiling of the kit for his family in the stadium and his grandkids, mate. It's a tearjerker, man. I can't lie. I had something in my eye in the car when I was watching it. I had to turn it off. It was emotional, man. It's
Nah,
emotional.
that's
But
it.
listen, the kit's good. It's got the badge in the middle from like the 70s, 80s era. We've gone back to maroon on it, which, people, oh, why have you got red on it? It's not red, it's maroon. You haven't got a clue, man. City's always had maroon on it, innit? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
City's always had maroon. Yeah, City's always had maroon. You know what I mean? And obviously your kit's out. Do you like the fact that the City badge is in the front and not on the
yeah, I think
side?
it's a nice tribute to Colin Bell.
Yeah.
They gave you a fanzine free with the kit and explaining why his grandkids and all that had put their input into the shirt and said what they'd wanted and that. So it was good for them, you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Obviously, you went to that Aguero night as well, man. You've been out and about, man. What was that Aguero night saying?
Nah, do you know what, man? It was brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant. It was good to connect. It was good to connect the fans with the players, but on a more intimate level. It was quite a really good event. They had all the players on the stage. The players were signing shirts and that. Everyone was singing, and then they watched the full second half of the game. So they basically said, right, everyone go and get a beer, go and get some food, come back in the hall. We're going to put the game on. And the players watched it with us. And then when it was building up to that last 10 minutes, the atmosphere was building and that. And then when Aguero scored, the place went crazy. And then
You know what?
Aguero took his top off, started running about with it. And then the Premier League
Do you not think
trophies.
that was a bit cringy though? A lot of people online were saying it's a bit cringy and that, and
Nah,
you know
mate,
what I mean? Like,
listen, you've got to remember this, yeah. Sergio Aguero has just been forced to retire because of his heart problems.
true.
The guy's had his probably a couple of years of his career cut short. So if he can relive that moment, fucking good luck to him, man. He was up and that. The only one that looked like he didn't want to be there was Big Yaya, man. He looked like he didn't give a shit.
Nah, you know what? To be fair, I think Micah Richards in the comments, on social media were like, "Get his birthday cake out." You should have got the birthday cake out, man.
It
Should have
was
said,
his
"You know what?
birthday.
Yeah."
Everyone sang happy birthday to him, innit?
But still, Man City could get the birthday cake out. That's what I mean, man. If you want to win this Champions League, Steve, get the birthday cake out, man, and say to him, yeah.
Man,
Tell them
I think
African
he's
shaman.
lifted the curse, man. I think he's lifted the curse now.
You think so?
Yeah, he's lifted it. Even I've sent Toby to Nigeria. He's gone looking for a witch doctor to lift the curse as well, man.
Yeah, I seen Toby, man. He's throwing money around, man. He's on it. He's on
He
it,
owes
man.
me
He's on
5 ton, man. He owes me 5 ton, so he better get that sent over.
Exactly, mate. Exactly. But yeah, like I said to you, this last day, man, Sunday, it's gonna be a warm day. Naturally, you said to me just before air that you normally win the league when it's a nice warm day. And obviously, the biggest
Mate,
notable
it's
one is
gonna
that
be. You know
last
what
one.
I'm doing on Sunday? I'm leaving my car at home. I'm going into Manchester, and I don't know how the fuck I'm getting home. I don't know what day I'm getting home. I don't know when I'm getting home. I'm just going out, and I'm just going to enjoy the day with my people. So I'm either going to be over the moon, absolutely celebrating, loving life with my people, or I'm going to be on my knees, the worst day of my life with my people. Either way, I'm going out on my sword, innit?
Yeah, man. Listen, you are going out your sword, mate. It's going to be a mad day. Greater Manchester runs on as well that weekend. So it's going to be crazy, man. Town's going to be carnage. You know what I mean? And it's going to be ultimately, you just have to not lose. Is it you have to win or is you have to not lose? Is it? You have to win,
We
innit?
have to. We just have to win. We can't draw. We have to win with
Yeah,
1 point
you
ahead. The thing
have
is,
to
right?
win.
The thing is, what's hard to take. This is what people need to understand. When you've been home and away in Europe all season, you're following a team till the end to eventually get something. So I'm right at the end of the season now, and I'm feeling like all them miles in the car, all them aeroplanes, all them trains, all them away days, rain, sleet, snow, they're all coming down to this. So if we win it, I can sit back after the game, look back and think, thank fuck, man, we've won the league, I've got the trophy, we're champions of England again, and then I can enjoy it. If we lose, mate, it's a kick in the teeth. It is what it is. Someone's got to lose, man. Someone's got to lose. They've been harping on about this quadruple and treble, and the media have. That can all end on Sunday. And if that ends on Sunday and they lose in Paris,
Yeah, let's hope so.
they've won the FA Cup and Carabao Cup. Are they really as great as they all seem?
Well, this is a big question, isn't it? You know what I mean? But you guys have been clear. They have to. I don't even think Wolves at home is a foregone conclusion. I don't know why people are not speaking about that. That's not a foregone conclusion. Wolves are decent. You
Look
know
how
what I mean?
fine it is, right? Look how fine margins it is, right? If Manchester City win, yeah, we're the champions of England, and Liverpool can't win the treble, they can't win the quad, right? If Manchester City lose and Liverpool win, they've won the Premier League, the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup. If they win in Madrid, they've won the quad. And then the other side of the coin is if City win and they lose, they've won 2 domestic trophies, which will just be nobody will be asked about. So it's mad.
Yeah,
It's mad.
it's mad. But it also just shows how much you guys have been neck and neck for this league. You know what I mean? And you're looking at the strengths. What is it? How many points are you on now? What points is it? What points are you on?
I think is it 91 or something like that.
91, mate. It's crazy, man. It's absolutely like lost how many games have you lost this season? 2? Or is it 1?
I can't
It's
remember.
crazy though. Liverpool have I think lost only 2 or 3. It's
The
the
thing what you
record
got
you guys.
is the thing what you got to remember is people are telling us that Liverpool's attack is the best in the country, yeah.
Yep.
And then they're telling us that Liverpool's defense is the best in the country, yeah.
Mm.
But we've outscored them and conceded less than them. So where are you getting that from? Apparently, we're struggling with no striker and our defense leaks goals, but the stats don't lie. Stats don't lie.
Yep, exactly.
They're crying about last year about injuries. Okay, that's fine. We've had injuries as well, but we just patched it up with Fernandinho and just got on the roll.
That's the difference, though. I think City, in terms of defensively, have able to manage a bit more. I think Liverpool, because they lost Van Dijk and how it's so key to them. Obviously, they hadn't Matip, they lost Joe Gomez and whatnot. But again, I still think that Pep Guardiola would have found a way in his system to override that. Same way he's done with a striker. You know what I mean? I don't know if Liverpool without Mane or someone like that, maybe they would have kind of survived or had the same impact. I'm not sure. I think Guardiola's just a genius when it comes to like a whole season. When it's cup competition, it's different.
Do you think Guardiola's going to get his flowers if he wins 4 out of 5? Because if Jurgen Klopp had won 4 out of 5 Premier Leagues at Liverpool, no Champions League, they'd had a statue of him in Liverpool's town centre with bird shit on it and that.
Jurgen Klopp, man. You know what it is with me, with him? Obviously, we've talked about it in the Big Six and whatnot. He's complaining and whatnot, but he deep down, he wants to win this Premier League. Deep down, okay, as a manager, you do. I'm not saying that he doesn't, but deep down, he's very, very competitive. Jurgen Klopp. I can see it through him when he's complaining a lot and when he's talking about this and that. I can see it deep down within him. he wants this more than ever. I think Guardiola, okay, it's another one for him. But obviously with his record, Jurgen Klopp, he's only won one Premier League. You know what I mean? Liverpool have only won one Premier League. Their Premier League
Premier
record
League's the hardest to
great.
win. It's the hardest to win. We know
yeah.
that, man. 38 games, you've got to be on it, man. You got to be on it. Then, you know, sometimes you have to sacrifice them cups, competitions. Guardiola, I think, lost 4 or 5 semi-finals in the FA Cup because the league's the one, man. The league's the one. That's the one at the end of the season.
That's the Holy Grail, man.
You know what I mean? You look how hard it is to win it. Yeah, this proves a point. Gary Neville, Patrick Vieira, Roy Keane, all sat on the panel. They ask him what's the hardest trophy to win. They tell you the Premier League. The only one that says the Champions League is the guy that's never won the Premier League in Carragher, isn't it?
Yeah. Well,
so who are you listening to? Listening to Roy Keane and Neville have both won it all. So if they've got no reason to say otherwise. Roy Keane always says straight away, league, 38 games, got to be on it.
I'm league as well. If I'm being honest with you, I'm league as well. If you want my honest answer, I'd win the Premier League every year. But it's, the only thing with your one is that because of the money you spend, maybe people expected it a bit more, saying, right, we want this Champions League now. Pep Guardiola, you're the greatest manager in the world right now. You deliver that. For me, though, Premier League, when you've won it every year, when we won it 3 in a row, every year I was still buzzing. I was still excited. I was still like, you know what? I want this. It's a joyous day. When you're winning that trophy, you get to go parade it. You get to do everything. You get to talk about all summer, all season. We're champions of England, whatever. Champiole. It's a beautiful, man.
There's something about bouncing in them stadiums with that gold badge on your arm, innit?
Yeah,
exactly. No one can chat to you, innit? You just sing champions of England. We know what we are, innit?
There you go. Exactly. Big up to Dan with the super chat goes, let's not forget we managed Lo Salah and Mane in January. Big up Saeed. I'm Steve, big fan.
Listen, I'm not slagging Liverpool. I think Liverpool have had a great season and I think they're fucking great. I'm just trying to say the margins are fine. Do you know what I mean? In an ideal world, for me, I'd want City to win the Prem. And I don't mind Liverpool winning the Champions League because I'm not bitter and I've got nothing against Liverpool. I know you don't want that, but I don't care. Liverpool fans don't want us to win anything, but I'm not even like that. I look at the team and I think, you know what? If they deserve to win it, Real Madrid kicked us in the bollocks, man. It was hard to take. So if Liverpool go and kick them in the bollocks, I'm happy.
Yeah, you know what? It's one of them things. I think when Liverpool, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's because it's the final and it's because it's Real Madrid again. And I feel like for me, that Real Madrid, I've always liked Real Madrid in terms of European stage. You know, they're the ones that you kind of look up to, the heritage and whatnot. But Liverpool, you see what Alex is saying 6 times. For him to come now and say 7 times all the time, and yet they've only won 1 Premier League. You know what I mean? That's the problem.
Alex told me in that time when I ripped him about the Premier League trophy, he said, we don't count FA Cups and Carabao Cups. Remember in that little He admitted to me last week that he cried when they won the Carabao Cup. He cried. He admitted that to me. So trophies are trophies, man. People that disrespect trophies have clearly had no clue or they're not proper because you know yourself. You know yourself now. If United got to a Carabao Cup final, you went down there. I'm celebrating. At Wembley with all the boys, won the cup, came out, bit of food, all singing all night. You'll never forget that day for the rest of your life, man.
No, 100%. Listen, I've said it to the fan base. I think, you know, when I came out the Carabao Cup against West Ham, when we lost, I was pissed off, man. But I had guys around me saying, it's only the Carabao Cup, it's only this. I said, nah, man, that's the problem at Man United. We need to take every cup serious, man. Them kind of cups, they breed mentality. Why do you think Pep Guardiola was like, every season for 4 seasons, we're going to win this Carabao Cup? It gives you a good stead in it. February, bit of optimism. You go into Wembley, it's a good day out. You know what I mean? And you win that cup, it sets you for the next couple of months to say, right, let's go and get the FA Cup now.
These teams in all divisions that before they die, they would give their right arm for their team to win a Carabao Cup. And then when we're sat on these shows and people are dismissing the Carabao Cup like it's nothing, well, it's not nothing because lower teams, I've been there myself, mate, I never even thought we'd win a Carabao Cup. So lower teams, to them, it's a massive achievement, man.
Yeah. Bainesy here saying I'm talking about Arsenal fans, but no, it was the fact that Turkish kept holding on to it, saying, "Oh, we've won the FA Cup." I said, "Yeah, but you're holding on to it too much, mate. Where's the legacy afterwards? Where's the willingness to win trophies afterwards?" That's all it was, mate. So you need to.
And I posted the picture of the 4 trophies we won that season the other day. And I tell you what, now, I was gobsmacked when I went to that show and you could have your picture with them 4 trophies. And I was walking around all 4 of them trophies, the 4 trophies in English football history, and we'd won them all, and it was unbelievable. The feeling I got looking at him, just next to him and touching the Premier League and that was unreal. I was just thinking, wow, we've done it, man. And what a picture that is. That picture will go on my nursing home wall when I'm dying. Big Steve with 4 trophies in England. Man City, Kings of England, man.
Man City, exactly, man. Listen, it's trophies are what sets everything, man. That day on Sunday been the worst day of my life. But again, you know what I mean? It's one of them situations where it happens, innit? City have come here, they've spent the money, they've rebuilt everything what they need to do, and this is the new reality. I've accepted a new reality about my Man City now. It's like they're gonna be here and they're not going around, they're not going away.
This is what people need to understand, yeah. We had to bring a mentality into the club where we're competing every single season, yeah. And under Mancini and Pellegrini, people was going, oh, yeah, you won the league under Mancini and you won. Yeah, we did win the league under Mancini and then we didn't win the league. And then we won 1 FA Cup. And then under Pellegrini, we won a Premier League and then we won a League Cup. Under Pep, we're literally competing in every competition going to the end, same as Liverpool. That's the difference. So last year, we went to the Champions League final. This year, we've got to the semi-final, of the FA Cup. We've won the Carabao for like 4 years on the bounce. Do you know what I mean? It's like the Premier League's going to be 4 out of 5. So that's the difference. We're mixing at the top table every single year. So all this bullshit, oh, Mancini was doing it. He wasn't doing it. Mancini got 1 in the bank. But, you know, Leicester got 1 in the bank. You know what I mean? You know, this is what I'm saying. We needed somebody.
Still give credit, though. Still give credit to Mancini because he set the foundations.
Oh, yeah, he did. But Pep took it to a different level. So all these that go, well, you didn't win the Champions League because Mancini was winning Premier Leagues. No, he wasn't, because Mancini won 1 and an FA Cup. Pellegrini won 1 and a League Cup. Pep's won, you know, FA Cups. He's won League Cups. He's won the Premier Leagues. He's setting all the records. So we're not listening. No. And we've just signed one of the best strikers on the planet for 53 million quid. He's worth 200 million. We signed him for 53. I don't care what his wages are. Pay him whatever you need to pay him. At the end of the day, Man City have attracted one of the best strikers in the world that everybody else wanted. We've got to take it out of to him now. Man City's not one of these clubs where we have to pay Adebayor ridiculous dough. We're getting these players now because they want to come to Man City. They want to play under Pep.
No more mercenaries now. No more mercenaries.
Look at the team. Look at the players. Aguero, Yaya, Company, Silva, all stayed for 10 years, man. Mercenaries don't stay at clubs for 10 years. They come in and they fuck off. Newcastle's going to have this problem. They're going to get players. They're going to have to go down that mercenary route for a bit. They're going to have to bring in big players at big money. And then once they start getting over the hill and people start taking them serious, Newcastle will kick in and do all right. But anyone that thinks Newcastle's winning a league in 2, 3, 4 years... No.
They got to get to the top 4 first. They got to get top 6, then top 4, and then go from there. Big up to Dan Watson. Reckon Ten Hag can get us a cup next year. Well, I bloody hope so. Our squad has underperformed this season, but there's no doubt we have the quality with the quality with additions. Listen, I think that's a step for United. You know what I mean? Get some cup competitions under your belt. For me, that Carabao Cup, let's get on a run there. FA Cup as well. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's been, you know, that FA Cup that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer threw out the way when he played 5 at the back, just because Chelsea played 5 at the back. That was absolutely ludicrous. You know, we've got to take it better. Our FA Cup record is quite good. But if you're looking at finals and getting to finals, I mean, I can't remember 2007, 2004, 5. You know, it's not great record, you know, when you look at it. Like, before we won it against was it against Crystal Palace? We didn't win it since Millwall. So our record in the FA Cups is not great, mate. So we need to do better in that one. But just going back to City, Steve, obviously they haven't got their Conso, which is their favourite choice left centre back. Obviously, Mings, I don't rate Mings at all. I think he's overrated. You know what I mean? You should be able to get that first goal quickly, but you know what I mean? It's gonna be nerves, mate. It's just whether the players. Who do you play? Experience, or do you go with Gundogan, Fernandinho, get the experienced guys in, or do you just go? You know what? Let's just go in there and go full.
We just got to do what we did. We just got to do what we did against Newcastle at home. We came back from Madrid. We were a bit flat, and the crowd got behind them, and the players went out and went, you know what? let's not dwell on Madrid. Let's get this title won and hit Newcastle for 5. We've got to do that against Villa. We've got to hit them so fast and so hard that they don't know what day it is, man. That's how we got to play. And I tell you, I'm confident, man. I'm confident. Listen, if someone said to me beginning of the season, you'll get to the last game, you'd have to beat Villa at home to win the league, you're taking that all day, man.
Mate, are you kidding me? Like literally just a 3-pointer, bang, straight shootout. You got 90 minutes to win the game. I'm taking that as well, mate. Cup final. It's a big, unbelievable atmosphere. You know what I mean? Balloons everywhere. Listen, I'm taking that all day long, mate. And you win it, and you deserve it to win it. And that's what's going to be, man.
On the pitch, mate. Again, innit? On the pitch again.
Well, there you go, man. Well, by the way, nobody on the pitch, by the way, because you see what happened.
Yeah, we don't headbutt people, though, do we? We're nice, innit?
Yeah, look at him. I knew he'd come out of nowhere. Alex is back here now. He's saying Saeed ain't seen titles for another 15 years at least. Well, listen, you didn't see one title of Premier League in 30 years, mate. So you need to hold that one, mate. You know what I mean? You should be telling me how to dream, mate. You're the one that's not seen the Premier League in 30 years. Dare to dream, man. You tell me what the secret recipe is. Look at them, man. That's how much chest they got after a win. One Premier League in a dozen years, man. It's crazy. But someone's asking me, yeah. So basically, obviously, that's the Premier League there. Top 4 race: Arsenal, Newcastle, Tottenham. Do you think it's all over for Arsenal? Have they effed it up? Do you think?
Yeah. You can't see Tottenham not beating Norwich. Norwich are dead.
Yeah.
You can't see it. I think they've messed it up. I think. Listen, I think they've had a good season. It's a building season. They've got to be patient with him. But the fan base is wild, mate. It's wild. You can't say stick with Arteta. You can't say with him. I'm absolutely drained of talking about Arsenal on the Big Six for 45 minutes because at the end of the day, the fan base is in turmoil. You've only got to take a step back. You've got to take a step back and look. You've just given him a new contract. He ain't going anywhere. So get out of your mind. So he's there next season. And he's going to get another transfer window. So you might as well back him. If you don't want to back him and start causing trouble, it is what it is, man. It's not going to end well. But
you know what it is, Steve? Yeah. My thing wasn't about Arsenal and Arteta. Sorry, Arteta in general. I think he's for what he's done and whatever, I think I've seen certain improvements. Whether he's a novice and whether he's good enough for Arsenal, only Arsenal fans can judge that. But for me, come on, Steve, their fan base. I'm not saying all of them, by the way, because I know who's who and who's real and whatnot. But come on, that guy screaming, we've got Saka and them celebrating and Ramsdale coming up.
These elements of your fan base exactly the same. Exactly the same.
Elements. But large parts of their fan base were going in. They were going in, large parts of their fan base. They were coming in, they were coming up to me.
If they're winning every week, these guys come on and it's funny and everyone takes it as a bit of banter and we move. When you get beat, these guys look like pricks, innit? So that's what it is. If they're winning and the guy's going, we've got and all that, you think, yeah, fair play's buzzing. I told you the other week, I said they shouldn't be celebrating a winner at Wolves, yeah? And they went fucking mad. We can celebrate what we won. And then they went Villa. They're having a full-off dance-off at Villa. Yeah, they're swinging in the car park the other week. Now they all look like dickheads. We scored 5 at Wolves the other week to nearly win the title. We didn't have a Eurovision Song Contest in the car park. We just went home.
Yeah, well, there you go. There you go.
They're starving, mate. They're starving. They need to just, it is what it is. They call me the celebration police. I don't give a fuck. I've gone to enough football games in my life to know that dancing in the car park is fucking weird. And if you want to do it, go and do it. But if you don't want to do it, then you'll do for me. Anyone that dances in the car park, keep well away from me, innit?
Yeah, absolutely. Steve, check that private chat I just sent you there. And by the way, people, is this a real cop TV? Because like he's writing in capital letters here. I mean, I can see your point, mate. You know, you don't have to shout over the rooftops, mate. So let me know, people, is that the real cop TV? And there's about 600 of you here, man. Make sure you subscribe and make sure you like the video. You know what I mean? Make sure you like the video, people, because we're giving you A1 content here. You know what I mean? So big up to everybody who's watching, man. But like I said to you, I think Tottenham, when they got Conte involved, someone's asking here, Jago's asking, who is City's best attacker this season?
Mahrez.
Okay, fair enough.
Mahrez had a great season. He's been brilliant. He's not played every game. He scored 24, 25 goals. Yeah, he missed a penalty at West Ham. But at the end of the day, he scored about 7 or 8 before that. Riyad Mahrez had a great season. He's done really well. He's in a shout for the player of the season at City. Once them Algerian boys get in the voting system and smash it up, I'm sure he'll win.
Yeah, exactly, mate. They don't mess around, mate. They don't mess around, man. Big up to Boogeyman, said we need to do something, man. We need to keep Big Steve around next season. He is gold, man. Listen, Steve will decide, man. Steve will decide. But big up to Steve always, man. Listen, I never thought that me and Steve would ever get along, man. You know what I mean? A white guy from Manchester, I thought, nah, Somali guy, we're gonna clash here. But you know what? It just shows you, man. Football brings people together, innit, Steve?
Yeah, we've got on all right. Like, it's because it's what it is, man. It was never. People sometimes look on the Big Six and think it gets aggressive. It doesn't get aggressive. People need to realise that. It's like having an argument with your mate in the pub after 10 minutes when you've gone for a piss and you come back. It's all forgot about, innit? You get him a beer and it's done. And that's how it is on the Big Six. We're not like that. It's not one of them shows where we take beef. We're like a family, innit? And we look after each other and things like that. And, me and you have had a great... We've had some laughs this season on this Manc talk, and it's all been good-natured, good-humoured, derby day. It's brilliant, man, and that's why people like it. It's
absolutely, man. That's what it is, man.
And the thing is, it's comes down to the same old thing, yeah? If you like watching me and Saeed, watch. If you don't like Saeed or don't like me, don't watch. Simple. Yeah. It's absolutely simple. No need to go and tweet about it. No need to go and message someone about it. No one to get personal about it. If you don't like what any of us do, don't watch. Simple.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Exactly. And if you come send for me, then you know what you're going to get in it. Because in Manchester, we like to say things to people's faces, innit? You know what I mean? Not behind a little green screen or a little camera. So if you got something to say next time, just say how it is, innit? You know what I mean?
Some guy did a video about me on YouTube. I seen it the other day, and someone sent him it. It was done 2 months ago. He's obviously no one's asked. Apparently, he's a Newport County fan, and he done a video saying that what I was saying on Don Robbie's was I'm an entitled fan. So, and he sat in his car. He sat in his car calling me a bellend. So I think I've made it in life when you've got random knobheads from Newport calling you bellend.
Yeah.
I made up with it, mate. Made up with it.
Made up, man.
That guy sat in your car in Newport with your 200 followers, whatever it is, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Listen, big up to him, man. Big up to everybody who's watching as well, man. Listen, we appreciate all the support every time, man. But yeah, I was speaking about Conte, man. That was a difference in it, bringing in Conte and just kind of him bringing that element. Because I never associated Tottenham with Conte. At least, I mean, Toby's been depressed. I think we need to give him some sort of flowers in it. You know what I mean? But he does owe you 500 quid, is it? Something like that. So
yeah, he owes
it's
me
crazy,
5.
man.
Mate,
you know what I mean?
Listen, Tottenham did well getting Conte. I mean, it was a mad one because there was talk of him going to United, and then you beat him, and then he went Spurs, and then Arsenal. Arsenal ended up. Fans were gutted. I think a lot of the Arsenal fan base are really, really rattled by the Conte thing. I think Conte going to Spurs has upset them bad because they can see that when they got Nuno, it was like, yeah, well, we've got Arteta who's won the FA Cup. You've got Nuno, he's shit. Then all of a sudden they pulled a world-class manager out the hat. It's like, shit, what do we do now? It's like when we sign players like Erling Haaland and you go and get someone like Igalo on a free, you aren't going to be happy with that.
Well, so chill. The time is different, by the way. The time is different. But in Alvarez, though, Ragnick wanted Alvarez and he went to City. So, you can't talk about that. You know what I mean? It's true. At the minute, City is the more attractive club to go to. I can accept that. You know what I mean? It will take time for us to get there. I think hopefully Ten Hag can bring us up the right way. I don't want people to come to my football club for the money. I'm sick of it, man. A lot of players are just coming in thinking, yeah, United's a decent wage and that. United have to come in because of ambition. And I hope Ten Hag changes the ideology that players want to come to Man United to win trophies.
The key word is time. The fans have got to give him time. Even if you lose 4 or 5 games in the first couple of months and it looks peak, you've got to give him time because he's inherited the dead wood that is there at the club now. So he needs to get rid of them, and he probably can't get rid of them all. So he's got to cope with a few of them, and he needs at least 2 or 3 years, man, to implement his style. The best young manager in the world that everyone was talking about is Ten Hag. So you've got him. So he's got to be allowed to do what Ten Hag has got to do. He's not a quick fix manager. He's not a Mourinho manager. He's not going to come in, bring a load of old players with him, try and get you results. He's not a Conte style manager. He's a young, progressive manager who's trying to change the mentality. He's trying to change the way you play football, and he's got a big job to do to change the structure at the football club. So the fan base is massive, and if all the United fans get behind him and you're all pulling in the same direction, there's no better away support than United when they're on it. So I'm sure he's not like that. And the board have got to back him. He's got Ronaldo there as well, can help him. So listen, as long as Man United fans don't expect too much, let him do his shit.
Yeah, that's the key thing. Yeah.
I think he'll be all right, man.
Absolutely. Boogerman says, banter aside, you two are family, man. I've been watching the Big Six from the beginning of the show, and I'm a fan. Big up Steve and Saeed. Yo, big up to you, man. You know what, man? I think for me, when you look at Boogeyman, man, we got off on the wrong foot, man. Remember them days when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer I was like, yo, listen, Boogeyman is not the real deal. And by the end of it, you know what I mean? He was back on the train. He was back on it and be like, yeah, man, I've seen the light. So listen, Boogeyman, it's been a pleasure, man. It's been a pleasure. But I want to talk about the relegation zone, man. The relegation zone, man. Who do you want to see go down, by the way? Because I'm looking at, I want Burnley to go down here, but I'm looking at Leeds, the way they've been going on lately, throwing stuff, keeping the ball and that. I'm thinking, these fan base, man, they're getting a bit too much, man. Remember they came start of the season all ballooned up and freaking wired up and all that.
I want Everton to go down.
Nah, man. I don't,
I think the ground's a shithole. I think the ground's a shithole. It's one of the worst aways you can go. They're just floating about, literally doing fuck all. Leeds have got a bit of something about them. I went to Leeds away game the other week. The fans were class. Probably one of the best I've been. And Burnley is not too far away from me, so it's an easy away day.
yeah. I knew you were going to say that. But their ground's a shithole, though. They disrespected Sean Dyche when you look at it, with the job that he'd done. They sacked him with how many games to go? I'm sorry, man. For me, I want Burnley to go down. They play horrible football. I think Sean Dyche was the best thing that they took. I think they had a clash, by the way. I made this kind of theory up, Steve, that Sean Dyche has come in the dressing room to the boardroom and said, I'm bigger than your club. What are you going to do? You're going to sack me? Because how on earth was he getting sacked? He's the best man for the job. Even to bring them back up, he's the best man for the job. I think Everton, right? With what do you call it? With the new ground coming up and everything coming up like that. Oh my God, these spammers are crazy. With the new ground coming up, Steve, yeah? Don't you think it's a more approachable thing to kind of have like a new stadium?
No, I do get it. And I mean, I'm just saying this season, sometimes clubs need a reset. Leeds went down, never came back for years. Burnley, I think, if Burnley went down with the new owners they're not the best, it could be a long time before Burnley ever come back. But I don't know. It's interesting to see. Listen, I've spent many a year in that relegation battle, and it ain't pretty, and it's not good. So
it's hard to get back up as well, man.
I'm at the other end of the table now, man. So I'm all right.
Well, you know what I mean. You're all right, man. You're all right, man. In terms of the Championship playoff, who do you want to see? I want to see Nottingham Forest, man. It has to be Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, Forest 100%.
Yeah. But my mate Will, man, he used to go uni with him, man. Big up to Will. He's a Huddersfield fan, man. And we're always talking and that banter and that. But I think in terms of Huddersfield, though, their stadium's decent, man. It's literally a 5-minute.
Huddersfield have been here before. Huddersfield have been here before. They had a go at it. They got behind them for a bit. They went back down. A few of them were fucked off. Nottingham Forest, when I was growing up, was a massive team. Obviously, they've won the European Cup twice. They've done. They're a good side, man. I remember obviously when Keano played there, Brian Roy, Pierre Van Hooijdonk, Teddy Sheringham, Nigel Jemson, all them boys. Forest was good. So when I was growing up, I went to Forest away a few times, and they were a good side. And I think they deserve it now. The old guard like Forest, Leeds, all coming back in the Prem's good. Sheffield Wednesday, another great club down there that don't seem like they're ever coming back. But Forest in the Prem, let's do it.
Yeah. Proper traditional ground, man. Traditional stadium. Obviously, Brian Clough and all them links, man. He'd be proud as well. So, yeah, man, 100%, man. In terms of Boogeyman, he's saying, if Norwich beat Spurs and Arsenal win, where will we hide? Never say never. Football is crazy. Well, I'm going to tell you here, mate, that Arsenal are not getting top 4. I've said it before, and I'll say it again, man. Norwich are not beating Spurs. It's not happening, mate. Did you see Norwich account today on Twitter talking about Timo Pukki and that? and they were trying to basically rattle all the Tottenham fans up, saying basically trying to produce a little video of the best Pookie moment. And all the Arsenal fans were in the chat saying, well, on Sunday, that'll be the best moment ever. So listen, mate, it's not going to happen, mate. It's not going to happen. But in terms of, I want to do a little game, Steve, with you. Best player of the season.
In the whole Premier League?
Premier League, yeah, Premier League. No, I'm not talking about it forever. I'm just talking about in the league this year.
No, I'm trying to listen. If we win the league on Sunday, I think the second half of the season, Kevin De Bruyne's come on and dragged us to the title.
Yeah, he has.
But the way Mo Salah started the season, and he gave Liverpool such a rush. I know he's declined a little bit, but listen, for me, I would give it to, if we win the league Sunday, I give it De Bruyne. But I wouldn't argue if Mo Salah got it.
I think Alisson deserves it more than Mo Salah, if I'm being honest with you. I think Alisson's been unbelievable throughout the whole season. And it's about time a keeper won it, man. You know what I mean? I think
he's tied, you know, he's tied on clean sheets with Ederson, goes into this weekend for the Golden Glove.
Yeah. And by the way, man, Ederson, man, what's up with him, man? Again, I'm not saying that he's average or whatnot, but for me, though, as a keeper, do you not find him at certain times a bit dodgy in terms of positioning wise? I
think he's fucking great, man. I just think he's mad. And at the end of the day, what you get with Ederson is what you get. Sometimes he's going to be mad and you're going to think, why the fuck's he not saved that? Or why is he stood there? And then sometimes he's going to pull a 60, 70-yard assist out of his arse and then you're going to go, wow. So I think you've got to take the rough with the smooth with Ederson. I think he is what he is. He's massive for City. He's big on what we do and how we play. And I think that the downfall of him is sometimes he's not the greatest goalkeeper in the world. But at the end of the day, man, look at the trophies he's winning with City and that. So it is what it is.
Absolutely, absolutely. Who have you got for the UEFA Champions League final? I'm going Real Madrid. I think Steve
I want Liverpool to win it. And a lot of City fans are saying to me, why do you want Liverpool to win it? And I'm like, listen.
Get out of here, man. You're talking about Liverpool, man. Sky, man.
Kick me in the bollocks, man. Real Madrid, so I'm still salty about Real Madrid, man.
All right, listen. Hala Madrid, man. We're there, people, man. We're watching that, man. For me, I think De Bruyne, I think just about deserves the Premier League. You know why I say that? Because for me, big moment player, man, De Bruyne. He's a guy at the biggest moment delivers for Man City.
You said he was stinking out the gaff on the Big Six.
Well, I did say that, but I wanted some criticism on De Bruyne. I feel like De Bruyne gets away with it sometimes. And
the thing is with De Bruyne, you've got to judge him at the end of the season. He's been carrying a knock. He had the injections from the Euros. He said that. He wasn't right. I said that. He wasn't right. But then, as soon as he kicked into gear, man, Chelsea, bang, goals. Do you know what I mean? United in the derby, bang. Real Madrid, Wolves the other night. 4 goals, man, from midfield. He mad.
Yeah. And you know what, people?
The guy's crazy, mate.
You know what, people? We've had a bet at the start of the season, people. I know people. Someone say, Boogeyman saying there, Sadio Mane, but if you ask Matisse Lukaku, I'm sure Matisse wouldn't say Lukaku, man. I'm sure of that, man. But we had a bet at the start of the season, Steve. And yeah, man, it's happened basically, isn't it? If Pogba's out for the season.
Pogba had already scored 2 and assisted 4 when we'd made that bet. De Bruyne hadn't even played yet.
And yeah, man. So basically, for people that don't know, me and Steve had a bet at the start of the season that I said Paul Pogba, let me just get this one right, would have a better season than De Bruyne. I believed in Paul Pogba. I thought the first game, I thought he's up for it, man. I was like, Southampton game, up for it. Yeah, well, people, the bet is now that I have to wear a ginger wig and we're going to Fazenda. Steve will find out the date, but we're going to Fazenda. I'm going to wear a ginger wig. Have you even ordered them ginger wigs, by the way?
The ginger wig is en route, mate. Don't worry.
Don't lie. Is it coming?
Coming, mate. It's a banger.
Yeah, man, people. So that's the bet, people. So, yeah, man, I have to obviously take part in it. And yeah, man, we're going to do it, people. Rohit's asking Vidic or company who is better. For me, I think they're both, in terms of what they gave on par, man. I genuinely, I don't think you can split between them. And that's been me genuinely. Company was unbelievable for City. And Vidic was unreal. They're both leaders. You can't, no one can say, you know, they weren't both leaders. They were both actual leaders. And I think Company without City, I don't think it's the same City, you know. I'm being honest with you, Steve. Same with Yaya Toure. Company doesn't go City. I'm not sure we get the same City in them few years, you know, Steve.
No, you don't. You
I'm
don't.
taking them over the line. If I'm being really honest with you. So yeah, I think for me it's the same. Right, flop of the season.
It's got to be Lukaku or Sancho.
Nah, not Sancho, man.
Listen,
nah, I think it's
the way
come
he
on, man.
played,
It's
the
not
way he was
Sancho.
playing, the way he's playing, and the way he's literally done nothing, man.
Nah. Someone saying Pogba, you know what? I'm not going to say Grealish, by the way. That's me even being nice to Grealish.
Listen,
Because I
Jack's
feel like
kicked in, one in on.
I'm
Jack's
not going to
kicked
say
in.
Grealish.
Jack's
I'm not
kicked
going
in
to say
these last few
Grealish.
games.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. You can't say that about Sancho then, because he has kicked in February, March. He had a good period, man.
He's not even arrived yet, mate. You have billboards up and that. We've not even seen him.
Chill out. I think it's overriding. It's Lukaku, man. 100 million. There's no debating about that. We can agree on that one. It's Lukaku. Lukaku has been a flop of the season, and you know what? It's happened. It's happened.
That Lukaku doesn't.
I think Varane's more of a flop than Sancho. Big up to Statman. I think Varane's been more of a flop with the pedigree he came in with.
Varane, there's
Champions
a
League
reason
Varane.
why Real Madrid was letting him go, and there was a reason that, you know, listen, I've seen it before with these big players, these centre halves, and that. You know, when you're in the back four, you need good players around you. If you stuck Varane next to Ruben Diaz or John Stones, you get a different Varane. You're sticking him next to fucking Lindelof and that Maguire and that, it's game over, man.
Yeah. Who's been your surprising player this season? What do you think? You know what, man? It's been a surprise this season.
I think Diaz for Liverpool hit the ground running. I think he's been brilliant. Other than that, I think Declan Rice has had a good season, and I think
Bowen. Bowen.
Yeah, he's had a good season. It's so tough, man.
Yeah,
it's hard. So hard.
Yeah. Kulusevski as well. He's been decent coming for Spurs. Yeah, Joe Linton. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Ramsdale. You know what? I'm gonna give him the benefit of doubt, man. I still don't like his attitude, the way he comes at people. Sometimes you need to humble yourself, man. I don't think he's a humble player.
Conor Gallagher.
Yeah, Gallagher. Yeah, I think he's a Southampton
he's
striker
had a great
as well.
Season, man. Do you know he's had a great season? Rodri.
Yeah, underrated, mate. You know what? I don't even sure we should say underrated anymore. He is rated. Rodri is rated. Man.
He's a big part of what we do. He's a monster, but it is what it is. Yeah. Riyad Mahrez has had a great season this year. Riyad, Liverpool have been great. Fabinho. It is what it is, man. It's hard, isn't it?
Yeah. Big up to Joe from Just Joe Football. He's saying, lads, you spoke to Leeds. Are we staying up?
I said, yeah. I wanted Everton to go down. You want Burnley to go, so you wanted Leeds to stay up.
Yeah.
No, you slacked them off, actually. You said they were holding the ball and fucking about and all that. So
yeah, man, that's it. I just feel like for me, Burnley, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. But it is what it is. But Steve, man, it's been a pleasure, Steve. Big up to you, man. 800 of you's watching here. I want all of you's lot, when you finish your show, man, make sure you check out Steve's what's the show called again? The South Stand.
We are the South Stand at 7:30. We'll just have a live one on my channel and see how it goes. We're going to talk about Calvin Phillips. We're going to talk about Cucurella. We're going to talk about the new kit. They're going to talk about Liverpool. We're just going to get the vibe going for the end of the season, man.
Absolutely, man. So make sure you check it out. You got anything else that you want to plug?
I'm on with Grizz at 9 on Grizzy's channel.
Make sure you check that out. Yeah.
So that's going to be
big dogs chat, man. So make sure people to check that out as well. You know what I mean? With Steve as well, with Grizz as well. So make sure you check that out. I'm not even going to tell you about prediction because it's about winning the league in it. So there's no point doing predictions. So make sure you check that out as well, people. But yeah, people, subscribe to the channel. Big Steve MCFC. Subscribe to me as well. Less than 200 away from 50k, man.
The viewers want to know how you feeling now. Anyway, you had a bit of beef, haven't you, on this? Is the beef calm now, or what? Are you calm down now? Or
listen, it's all good, man. It's all good for me, Steve. You know how it is in Manchester. You know, you don't say things behind your back, and if I had a problem with you, Steve, I come say it to your face. I just always been like that. I've grew up like that. For me, people that try come up like the internet gangsters and all that, mate, I don't do all of that stuff. You come say it to my face. It's simple as that, man. You know, that's why for me, I give respect to these top reds. At least these top reds come up to me and say it to my face. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, people. Like I said to you, I'm just moving on. I'm trying to do my thing as well. So it's all love. It's all blessed. You get me? We're all good in this dunya. And yeah, man, listen, it is what it is, isn't it? You get me?
Oh, mad in the dunya, man. It's all mad in the dunya.
It's all mad in the dunya. You know it, people. My guy, you know. But people, we're out, people. Take care, man.